you're always going to be creepy, no matter what. If you're actually playing this game in order to get success, the being creepy factor, many times it does not depend on you. It depends on the girl. You say, for example, you go for the kiss. In this video, we're going to talk about how not to be creepy. And it's going to be an interesting video because what you'll realize is that it's actually very subjective. Because you're always going to be creepy, no matter what. If you're actually playing this game in order to get success with women, you've got to pull the trigger and you're going to be creepy, no matter what. No matter whether you're young, good looking, not good looking, old, whatever. You're always going to be creepy. The creepy factor is going to always be there. Because if the girl likes you as she's turned on, an advance is going to be very well accepted. She's going to love you for it. If she likes you a lot, like no other, she's going to love you for that advance, the same advance. You take the same advance done to a girl who's not down to it, she's going to find it creepy, she's going to find it revolting, whatever, she's going to escape, whatever. So the main point in this video is to understand that you're always, just being creepy is like rejections in dating and day game or night game, whatever. You'll always be creepy, you'll always get rejected. So basically you're creepy when you're getting rejected in one way or another. So accept creepiness. You are a creep and ain't gonna change anything, especially if you're playing to win, because you've got to, in order to play to win, you've got to be strategic, but also pull the trigger. When you pull the trigger, and if it's not the right time or she's not down to it, and you really have to pull it because otherwise she's going to go and never going to happen, you're going to result as a creepy fucker. So it's going to happen like anything. And there's nothing like anything in day game, like rejection in day game. It's just the same factor. So the same, say, as you get people, women ignoring you or telling you to fuck off on the street or in other circumstances, or say no thanks but no thanks, I'm not talking to you, I've got a boyfriend, whatever. Then in order to get rid of you, you're always going to get somebody, some women will find you creepy. And there's been actually one actually told me openly, you're creepy, or you're creeping me out. Many times it's not down to you what you're doing, it's down to the fact that she's not down for whatever reason and she finds you creepy. That's pretty much it. So the point of this video is to accept the fact that you're always going to be creepy. Do not trust I wouldn't say you do not trust anyone who's actually how not to be creepy, but basically there's no formula that will actually stop you from being creepy if you're playing to win. If you're playing not to win and being in the boyfriend zone, you're never going to be creepy. You're always going to be in the friend zone, and they're going to be friend zoned very likely. But if you want to actually play to win, you've got to start making suggestions, become a bit more sexual, go into sexual topics, things that are potentially creepy. And remember to accept, if you learn to accept this, you'll be more successful more quickly, because there's nothing you can do about stop being creepy when you're pulling the trigger. The being creepy factor, many times it does not depend on you, it depends on the girl. So just like you say hello, some people can actually freak out and say, I don't know you, how dare you say hello to me, I do not know you. And that happened to me as well. Somebody can accept it as a friendly gesture and start talking to you after you say hello to them. It's very, very similar. So accept the fact that you're always going to be creepy. One of the things that you don't want to do is don't go into the sexual harassment thing route. So if you're fine, this is what I actually do. If I find that she's a bit uncomfortable, or anything of the sort, I retract and I push immediately. I either depends if I'm on a date or whatever, or just met her on the street. I either turn away, just turn around and go, or if I'm on a date, I just do a push. When she feels creeped out or anything of the sort, I just say we're only friends, whatever. I just back out immediately and I'm out of there, if needed be, quite quickly. Depends on what the situation is. But if it's just she's not used to your touch and you're knowing that you've got time with that girl and you really want to get her, what you can do is just take your time. Just when you're perceived as creepy, because say for example you're trying to hold her hand and she's not down for it, just keep cool, casual conversation, get her comfortable, and then later on you will be successful at even holding her hand. That has happened to me so many times. It's incredible. Just the time factor will help. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish and who with and whatnot. So there is something you can do with the same girl in order not to be creepy later on. Is just take the time in order for her to get to know you and so on. So understand number one, that the creep factor is always going to be there if you're pulling the trigger, and it's much better you pulling the trigger. And understand that what you're trying not to do at all cost is never get into the sexual harassment. Never go there. And one of the easiest way is, in order not to overstep that line, is when she says no in a non-playful manner, or she retracts, or she tries to tenses up, or tries to go away, don't lean in. Actually, just turn back as well. There is especially sometimes when it depends on the culture, when you say, for example, you go for the kiss. That didn't happen to me in the Western world. It happened to me mostly in Asia. Even if they want to kiss you, they back out. But this is just another thing that they do in Asia. Sometimes you have to do the old-fashioned way. In the old movies, when they're trying to resist, they just actually lean in and do it. But I don't suggest you do this sort of things, especially in a new today's Western world, like Europe and United States, because that is actually now sexual harassment. What you see in the old American movies, when men used to do that in the movies, is something that was accepted then, and unfortunately it's not being manly. Although women like it, it's actually unlawful today. So don't do it. I don't suggest in these videos that you do it, absolutely not. When they back out, you back out as well. And you push. They back out. If they find you creepy, you back off. And even sometimes, depends on the situation, you just disappear as well. If required, if you think you're not that interested, in order to put your efforts into turning something that is perceived as creepy into something that is very, very acceptable and very well accepted, just back off and off you go. So the main point is to understand that being creepy is like rejection, part of the game. Why 为什么你那么害怕？你怕什么？你怕什么？意大利的，你不用怕的。见阳光不用怕的，可以啊，见阳光不怕。你看我，没危险的。